the quote-unquote third eye people feel that they open.
Mm-hmm.
Say this is the rest of your brain, you know, like the front, the back, and everything. There's something called a DMN, that's the default mode network, and it's your brain in its dormant state. When we do things and we map our brains up to machines that visualize the electrical currents coursing through,
Mm-hmm.
you see that with certain actions, certain parts of the brain light up. You're doing certain things. That theory that, oh, you only use 10% of your brain, no. You use 100%, just not all at the same time. But when you do certain things and those certain little parts light up, that takes less energy than the brain itself being a default mode. Say you're laying here, and a fly just comes and lands on your arm. You smack it, that part of your brain lights up, and you're doing that. But what were you doing before that? Before that little impact occurred, you were daydreaming, you were sitting here, and when you don't do a thing, and you let the infinite potential of your consciousness flow in and out of you, and you're just imagination, that takes more energy than anything else. And scientists have come to believe that this is dark energy. This is that unmanifested energy that's possible of doing anything you want. It's the reason people like Stephen Hawking can become such a high-breed intellectual, so highly advanced. And what does he do? He just thinks. He thinks, and he puts things together.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, intelligence is all a matter of awareness. And I watched this documentary this morning. It wasn't a documentary, it was a presentation by Stephen Hawking this year, and they addressed him, you know, is there life? What do you think? What's going on now? Because things are getting kind of crazy. There have been lights over Jerusalem, and there's all this intense shit going on. And all he said was, in my theory, in my mind, I believe that there's no civilizations like us in, you know, a couple hundred light years. But since he was on live television, in front of the public, what do you think people would have reacted? How do you think people would have taken that in if he said, yes, there are aliens, I believe they are making contact with us? People would have flipped their shit. You want to know what his main address was? What he mainly said was, we're at a very, very dangerous pinnacle in human existence. We're at the point now where everybody can reach each other at once, and we're draining our planet's fuel. What I've said before, that I'll say again, is humanity in itself needs to expand, needs to go to other planets and work as one for the space age, space exploration. I think what Stephen Hawking fears is that people don't do that. We're going to keep getting wrapped up with all the bullshit that's going on in society and the world, and we're going to blow each other up before we can make an advancement. That's what the aliens are worried about, and that's what I think he's worried about. And people approach him like a demigod, like, Stephen, what should we do? Stephen, you're the leader. And all he keeps saying is, no.
Mm-hmm.
No, you guys have to work together, because all I am is one individual who's aware. My awareness can get me so far, but I'm limited by what I can physically do. You guys have to work as one. What if this dark energy, this dark matter, this consciousness, they say we're all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively? What if we need to do is take a break from all the bullshit that we focus, you know, in our lives, our daily life? I'm Julian Torres, you're Nick Clapperich, and focus on what needs to be done as a whole, as a species. Stephen Hawking is not a demigod. What people need to take in is, don't follow him, take what he's saying and expand on your own. We're having all these blow-ups, all these things happening in society, all over the world. The internet's proved it, where people are expanding with knowledge. So work as one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what dark energy is. That's what existence is. We're meant to work as one being.